If you've been carrying guilt for a long time, if there is one mistake, one memory, or one version of yourself you still haven't forgiven, stay with me. Because today is not about judging your past. It is about discovering that you no longer have to carry it alone. Hello, my dear one. I'm so grateful you're here. Louise Hay taught that guilt always seeks punishment, and punishment creates pain. But she also reminded us that the punishment is unnecessary. You were doing the best you could with the awareness you had at the time. And today, you have the opportunity to choose something different. This meditation isn't about forgetting what happened. It's about releasing the weight you've carried for far too long and making room for peace. Before we begin, take one slow, gentle breath in. And softly let it go. Let your shoulders relax. Allow yourself to arrive fully in this moment. You are safe here. You are worthy of healing. And perhaps by the time we finish today, you'll discover that forgiving yourself is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of your freedom. Let us begin. I release the past with love. I am willing to let go of what I can no longer change. I forgive myself for the mistakes I made when I did not know better. I release the guilt I have been carrying for far too long. I let go of the version of the story that keeps me small. I am ready to release what happened and everything it taught me. I forgive myself for the pain I caused, even unintentionally. I am willing to see myself with new eyes. I release the need to keep punishing myself. I let go of guilt and I welcome peace in its place. I forgive myself for not knowing then what I know now. I am allowed to release this, even if I have carried it for years. I let go of the belief that I do not deserve peace. I release old shame gently and completely. I forgive myself for the times I fell short of my own expectations. I am willing to stop replaying what I cannot undo. I release the past, and I release myself from it. I forgive myself for surviving the only way I knew how. I let go of the story that I am unforgivable. I release every harsh word I have ever said to myself. I forgive myself for the years I spent being hard on myself. I am ready to set this weight down. I release the belief that I must suffer to make it right. I forgive myself even for the things I have not spoken aloud. I let go of guilt that was never mine to carry in the first place. I release the past gently, the way I would release a held breath. I forgive the choices I made when I was afraid. I am allowed to stop atoning for who I used to be. I release this weight, and I feel lighter already. I forgive myself fully and completely, starting now. I let go of what was so I can be present to what is. I release my grip on the past, one gentle breath at a time. I am willing to forgive myself, even before I fully believe it. Take one slow breath. Imagine for a moment that you have been carrying a stone, not a punishment someone gave you, one you picked up yourself a long time ago and have been holding ever since. Feel the weight of it in your hands. And now, gently, without ceremony, without needing to explain yourself to anyone, set the stone down. You do not have to throw it far. You do not have to destroy it. Simply set it down and step back. Feel your hands empty now. Feel your arms lighter. You do not have to pick it back up. Carry that lightness into the next affirmations. I forgive the person I was because she was doing her best. I understand now why I made the choices I made back then. I extend to my past self the compassion I give so easily to others. was young or afraid or simply had not learned yet, and that is human. I forgive myself for not having the wisdom I have today. I honor how far I have come since then. I see my past self with tenderness instead of judgment. I forgive the person I was for surviving imperfectly. I no longer need my past self to have been perfect. I offer myself the grace I have always given to others. I forgive myself for the years I spent believing I was unworthy. I understand that pain often causes more pain, and I release that cycle now. I forgive the choices that came from fear, not from malice. I recognize that I could not have known then what I know now. I forgive myself as I would forgive someone I deeply love. I release judgment of who I used to be. I forgive myself for not asking for help sooner. I understand that healing is not linear, and neither was I. I forgive the parts of myself that I have kept hidden out of shame. I am gentle with the person I was and gentle with the person I am. I forgive myself for believing I was too much or not enough. I release the harsh inner voice that never let me rest. I forgive myself the way I would want to be forgiven by someone who loves me. I understand that I did not have all the answers, and that was never a failing. I forgive the choices that hurt me, and I forgive myself for staying too long in pain. I offer my past self the compassion she needed then. I forgive myself for grieving in ways that did not look neat or tidy. I release the belief that my worth was ever conditional. I forgive myself completely without needing a reason to justify it. I hold the person I was with love, not judgment. I forgive myself for every chapter that led me here. I release blame and I welcome understanding. I forgive myself, and in doing so, I set myself free. I am worthy of my own forgiveness. Stay with me for a moment. Imagine you are standing in front of a mirror, but instead of your reflection today, you see the person you were back then, the one who made the mistake, the one who did not know better, the one who was simply doing what they could with what they had. In that moment, look at them with the same compassion you would offer a dear friend. Not excusing, not dismissing, simply understanding. Now, silently in your own heart, say to them, I forgive you. You did not know then what I know now. Let that mirror soften. Let that person rest. Carry that softness forward. I am free to begin again right now. I release the past and step into who I am becoming. I am no longer defined by what I have done or left undone. I am worthy of a fresh start, exactly as I am. I am allowed to feel light again. I release the belief that I must earn my own forgiveness. I am free from the weight I have carried for so long. I choose peace over punishment, starting today. I am allowed to move forward without looking back in shame. I am not my worst moment. I am so much more than that. I release myself from the sentence I have been serving. I am free to build a life that reflects who I am now. I forgive myself, and I give myself permission to be happy. I am allowed to trust myself again. I release the fear that I will always be defined by my past. I am becoming someone new, one gentle breath at a time. I am free to love myself, even with my history. I no longer carry what I have already released. I am worthy of peace, joy, and a life free from guilt. I am allowed to let this go, completely and forever. am free, and freedom feels like coming home. I forgive myself, and I welcome ease into my life. I trust that healing is already happening within me. I release the last of what I have been holding on to. I am gentle with myself as I continue to grow. I choose to see myself through eyes of compassion from now on. I am free to be imperfect and still be worthy of love. I release, I forgive, and I begin again. I am no longer carrying what was never mine to hold forever. I am home in myself at last. I forgive myself completely, and I am free. I release every last weight, and I feel whole. I am forgiving myself, and I am finally at peace. Take a slow, deep breath. And softly let it go. Louise Hay wrote that guilt always seeks punishment, and punishment creates pain. But the whole situation is unnecessary. You do not have to keep paying for something the past version of you already lived through. What you have done today, these 100 small acts of releasing, of understanding, of forgiving, is not a single moment of healing. It is the beginning of a new relationship with yourself. One where you are allowed to be human. One where a mistake does not become a life sentence. One where you are finally on your own side. If old guilt visits you again, and it may gently from time to time, you do not have to fight it. Simply remember this practice. Remember the stone you set down. Remember that you are allowed to leave it there. Come back to these words whenever you need to hear them again. Forgiveness is not a single decision. It is a practice, and you are learning it gently, one day at a time. In the comments below, if you feel comfortable, share one thing you are choosing to forgive yourself for today. You do not need details. Even a single word is enough. Someone else reading it may find the courage to forgive themselves too. If this practice touched something in you, subscribe and let this be part of your healing. Take one final breath. love you. Life loves you. And you are at last forgiven.